Hello Internet and welcome back to another episode of Remo's Kitchen. This week what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing bangers and mash. This is my kind of style. I've worked on it and adapted it. In my mind it's a lot easier to eat and a little bit tastier because the mix is a bit better. In this video there are going to be a couple of things that I'm going to show you. Number one, how to cook, not how to cook, of course how to make bangers and mash. Number two is going to be how to cut an onion. Number three is how to cook potatoes fast for mashed potatoes. Yeah. So come along on this cooking journey with me. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it. And if you have any comments, please leave some feedback. So without further ado, let's get to cooking. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the prep camp. So what we're going to do today is we've got ourselves some sage and onion pork sausages. Yep. And we got some garlic, we got a bit of onion, and this is the basic set of ingredients that I normally use to make bangers and mash. Of course the potatoes as well. What we've got is we've got some delicious organic out of the ground potatoes with a smell that's straight from the earth. For ourselves, for me, I normally use just 2 good sized potatoes. Alright, there we go. And then I've also got us some mushrooms as a little bit of an extra treat right at the end. What we're going to do first is we're gonna prep the sausages. As you can see, they're not extremely huge, but they're enough for one person. Of course, if you had a few more people over, you'd be wanting to add 3 for every single person that was going to be eating. Now, the way we're going to prep these sausages is remove the skin and chop it up in small little bits. And the reason why I do it like this is because number one, it makes it a lot easier to eat. Number two, it's fun. Number three, it allows the juices inside the pork, the fats and stuff that are inside the pork, to render out and to become part of the sauce that we make for the sausages at the end. There you go, delicious sausage chopped into bits. Right, so that's our sausage ready. Now we'll put that aside and then we'll wait until we're ready. We're going to prep the other stuff and then we'll put that into the pan. We'll move to the cooking pan. Alright, so now what you want to do is we want to chop an onion. Alright, and I've had a request from one of my viewers to show how to chop an onion close up, because apparently the previous video wasn't easy enough to see. So I'm going to show you how to do it right here. I'm going to take one of these onions and I'm going to use the whole onion for this because you want a bit of body on that. So see here, so you got the tail of the onion, which is this part over here, and then you got the head part over there, which is normally connected to the plant that comes out the ground. Now the idea of this is that you keep this part slightly intact so that you can cut the rest of the onion, right? So what you want to do is you want to take your chef's knife, chop off the base, yeah, and chop off some of the top, but you want to try and keep it intact, right, so that the root is still there, or that stem is still there. Get rid of the outer skin. And you can do it any way you like. This is just the way that I normally do it. Ooh. The onion tears are going to be real just now. There you go. Alright. Now what you want to do is you want to chop this onion directly in half. So you go and you look for the stem of the onion, which is this part here. And you cut it directly in half down the center of the stem. Alright. Then what you want to do is you want to put the stem away from you. Alright. And then you want to cut the onion not right across, but just short of the stem part. So you want to cut it like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. So you can see it's almost it's almost fanning the onion. Yeah? Then what you want to do is you want to take the onion and you want to cut it from the front, right? So you cut it once, depending on how big the onion is, you might have to cut it a few more times, but you just cut it from the front once, twice, alright? Then you just slice it in 5mm increments or 1cm increments, and then you've got diced onions. Yeah? And when you get to the end, you just take this part and you throw it away. And then you've got diced onions. Easiest to cut when you plan ahead. Okay? And another tip here is the sharper your knife is, the more likely it'll be that you won't get tears in your eyes from cutting onions. Because it's the crushing of the plant cells that cause the chemical to be released in order to make you get cry eyes. Or tears in your eyes. Okay, so let me show you again. So what you want is you want the stem away from you. You want to cut just short of the stem. Yeah. And you want to cut about 5mm to a centimeter apart, depending on how big you want your dice to be. Alright. Then you cut from the front once, twice, then you slice it. That means you've got your diced onions. Yeah? Take the base. Take the base and you throw that away. You don't need to worry about that anymore. There you go, diced onions. Hey, look at that. Currently diced onions. And what we want to add to that is maybe a clove or two of garlic. So we've got ourselves a bit of garlic over here. Not too much because there's not a lot of sausage, so we don't need too much garlic. So I'm just going to use 1 clove. And now because these sausages are flavoured already, they're sage and onion I think. I'm not gonna put much spice in there except for maybe a little bit of chilli spice to heat it up a tiny bit. You don't need to go too crazy, but it's just to balance out the flavour. If you come with too much umami or too much savoury, it's gonna be like overwhelming. Yeah, even with the potatoes. Now I don't really mash garlic. I like to just chop it into bits and pieces, unless it's going into something like a bolognese or a lasagna. And something like this, you can have the pieces coming around because they'll soften up and then they'll turn into bits in the sauce, which is fine. So we can put that all together. Yeah. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to clean up our potatoes and peel them. Eh? As you can see, I've cleaned my potatoes and they're about ready to go. And an easy way to cut your potatoes and to get them ready for the water and to get them to cook fast for you is to cut them all around about the same size and cut them small, right? Okay, so what you want to do here is you want to look for, I suppose, the wider side of the potato, which is this side over here, and you chop it down the center. Yeah. Then what you want is you want to give yourself a few chunks, right? 2cm or 20mm chunks, maybe 25. Yeah. And obviously the smaller you make the chunks, the quicker they'll cook. Now for me, I only use 2 potatoes because I don't eat that many potatoes, even though I am in Ireland and it is the Isle of potatoes. I don't eat that many. I'm sure any red-blooded Irish person would probably tell you that you need more potatoes on this. Alright, so that's our potatoes and onions done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move over to the cooking cam and I'm going to start this fandangled express of cookery. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cooking cam. This is our cooking counter. What we're going to do is we're going to throw up a pot. We've got ourselves a nice small pot over here. This here is for the potatoes. Add a bit of salt to the water. Yeah. Because the boiling point of a salt solution is higher than regular water. Nice thick bottom green pan over here. A medium high temperature. I've got it on 4 at the moment. There's 6 settings on this, but this stovetop is a little bit weird. Drop a little bit of ghee butter in there. Now clarified or ghee butter you can generally get from anywhere. I get mine from the Asia store. What we can do is we can drop our potatoes in the pot in the meantime. There's no real time frame for potatoes except that you take them out when they're done. Poke them with a fork and if the fork sinks in nicely without any problem, then you know the potatoes are done. Generally with oils there's a way that you can see when it's ready. Not only will it be fairly loose and rolling around the pan, but if you look at it in the pan and you have a light reflecting off of it, you can actually see the surface rippling. So where it would normally be smooth, the surface of the oil actually ripples a little bit, and that's when it's just about at its smoke point. Okay, the pan looks ready now, so what we're going to do is we're going to chuck in the garlic and the onions, and then we're going to brown it all up. There's a bit of dirt there from the potatoes. Putting like a bit of heavenly earth to fill in your nutrition gaps. Okay, ladies and gents, as you can see, we're starting to get some colour in there now. And we've got the garlic starting to turn brown, the onions are starting to clear up and turn brown. So this is kind of about the time that we add the sausage. So we're going to take our little sausage bits and throw them in the pan. Okay, so we've got our mushrooms waiting over here. Our sausages are probably turning nice and brown, as you can see. Oh yeah. That's what we're looking for, nice and brown sausages. That's what you need. Okay, yeah, looking good. Right, now what I normally do at this stage is to remove the sausages. Yeah, so we take these guys out. Keep the onions in there, because this is what we're going to make the gravy with now. We'll put the sausages back at a different stage. So we keep the sausages out. Very good over there. Right, now what we're going to do is we chuck these guys in. So don't forget to check your potatoes. So you just take a fork and you stir the potato. The potato is soft, that means it's ready. Alright, potatoes drained, back in their pots. Let's get these guys nice and gooey. Okay, so now once we got the onions looking nice and brown and we got the mushrooms cooking up, you want to add a bit of hot water to that, but only a little bit, not too much. Just to take up some of that flavour. So we're going to season a little bit. We're going to add in a little bit of salt. Try not to over salt it. And then a bit of pepper. Again, try not to over pepper it. And then the other thing that you want to do is you want to add a little bit of chilli powder. And then following this, you can either just add plain cornstarch to thicken the sauce up, or you can add some bisto, which is normally what I do. So we've got a bit of bisto here, and we've got a little bit of water left in this thing. So I'm just going to mix in probably about, normally you'd use 4 heaped teaspoons, but I'll just use 2 here. Have that go in there. You can start stirring immediately, because this is going to thicken up. Okay, so here you can see we're starting to get a nice bit of gravy going, and that's basically the one of the 3 main ingredients of the bangers and mash. That's the gravy. Here we've got a special gravy, which is the mushroom and onion gravy with a bit of garlic. Yeah, and then over the mashed potatoes, and we're going to mash them. So just pull out a nice masher, and the potatoes are plain at this point. You just want to give them a nice bit of mashing. We've got ourselves a nice gravy. We've got ourselves some beautiful potatoes. Yeah. And we've got ourselves some nice sausages. So the way that we're going to plate this is, you take your nice little square dish over here. You divvy up your sausages into this dish. Just like this, so it's enough to coat the bottom of the dish. Like so. Then what you want to do is you want to take this nice hot sauce. Oh man, that sauce is going to be amazing. Alright, you take the sauce and you slowly pour it over your sausages, like so. Get as much of that tasty stuff in there as possible. Yeah. Then what you want to do is you want to take this potato and you want to split it into about 3 parts. Yeah. Try and make it 3 equal parts, not like me. And then just roll it in your spoon, yeah? So you get it nice and rolled up in your spoon. Like so. And a little bit more. And then drop it into your dish like so. And then there you go. Voila! You've got yourself a nice bit of bangers and mash. So that's the basics of the dish. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So that's your delicious bangers and mash. Alright, ladies and gents, thank you very much for coming and checking out Remo's Kitchen again. I hope you really try this recipe out. The main thing that I always try and do in my kitchen is to be inventive with the recipe. Okay, yes, there's the basis to the recipe, but there's also a certain amount of creativity that you can push into it, and you can really enjoy the whole feel of cooking. And like, once you feel like you put something of yourself in there, you also feel a lot closer to it, and there's also more passion in your cooking. So in order to enjoy your cooking a little bit more, maybe not stick to the recipe 100%, stray in a little bit and throw in a little bit of your own style, right? Try this recipe at home. Do whatever it is that makes you feel good about making it tastier. Maybe take out the chili, maybe add more chili in, whatever. It's completely up to you. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments whatsoever, please leave them in the comment section below. Remember to rate this video, because it helps me get views on YouTube, and subscribe if you want future content. And thanks again, Internet, for coming and watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.